came from. Talking about the streets, I got the game from. Talking about the trench, I got my name from. Hey, talking about the trenches, man, I came from. Talking about the streets, I got the game from. Talking about the trenches, everything came from me. Talking about the streets, I got my name from. Got my name from me. Talking about the hood, man, I came from. Talking about the streets, I got the game from me. You talking about the streets, I got my name from me. Yeah, got my name from me. If you talking about the streets, man, I came from it. I was hanging around the thug, hanging with the junkies. I was out there on the block, my clip, hold on, honey. Yeah, robbers, scammers, shooters, plotters. Hang around the rosters, hang around them shutters. FNs, semis, blocks, and choppers. No, we don't want who got them. No, we don't want who shot them. Hey, had to turn from the evil. Hey, I will hurt my people. Man, that's all I see. A brother in jail or RIP. Hey, gotta turn from evil. Hey, stop hurting your people. Man, that's all I see. A brother in jail or RIP. Talking about the street, man, I came from it. Talking about the trenches, man, I came from it. Talking about the streets, I got the game from it. Talking about the trench, I got my name from it. Hey, talking about the trenches, man, I came from it. Talking about the streets, I got the game from it. Talking about the trenches, everything came from me. Talking about the streets, I got my name from it. Got my name from it. Talking about the hood, man, I came from it. Talking about the streets, I got the game from me. You talking about the streets, I got my name from me. Gotta turn from evil. Stop hurting your people. Come, that's all I see. Brother in jail or RIP. Gotta turn from evil. Stop hurting your people. Man, that's all I see. Brother in jail or RIP.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, man, all praises to the Most High, man. This your boy Saul R, back for another episode of the Weigh House, man. Welcome to the Weigh House, where we take everything out here in the world and we weigh it against the scriptures, right? Put it on a scale, right? Is it true? Does it live up to the Bible? Put it up against the scriptures and let's see. Let's see how the scriptures feel about the situation. That's what the Weigh House is, man. We're going to culture. We're going to the Black community, bring up issues, bring up resolutions, all according to the Bible. We go into doctrines, beliefs, faith, religion, and we bring it out all according to the Bible, right? We bring out news, domestic, international, and weigh it according to the scriptures, man. And that's what we do on the Weigh House, man. So first, I want to give our honor and praise to Yahweh, that is the Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai. Because without them, none of this would be possible. We would not have a show. We would not have topics. And we're just humble servants watching, we're being watchmen, bringing out the prophecies, bringing out the things concerning the Bible and our people, and at the same time edifying and bidding our people back to the marriage, man. Giving Israel something to watch and something to do, man. But this is brought to you by Saints Advocating Law and Truth. I am the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth. Every sacrifice being seasoned with salt, a sweet savor to the Most High God, man. You know, I can't thank the Most High enough, man. But it's in the midst of that, it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot, and it's spiritual, man. It's a lot of spiritual stuff going on I don't know if you tuned in. If you tuned in with the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, if you've been fasting and praying, if you've been studying, you've been diligently watching, you can see that there's a lot of spiritual stuff going on right now, man. The way the power shift, this election going on right now, the wars across the seas, what's going on over there, even the issues that's going on in this country. Just had a sister get gunned down by the police, man. That's something spiritual. Even amongst that whole situation that happened, man, we're gonna bring it out, man. But yeah, we're gonna bring it out, man. Hey, man, shout out to the men and the women of the Lord, everybody that's putting in a brick, everybody that's staying faithful and enduring until the end in these last days, man. The time is short and the time is now. Hey, watch, man. So like Christ said, if I say anything, I tell all of you, watch. You gotta watch. But let's start out the first video, man. Let's get into some edification. Man. Hey, we've been tearing it up on threads, man. Whatever it is, like Instagram, Twitter, man. The Israelite, I know it's kind of new, but we've really been on there. We've been tearing it up, man. I seen one of the topics was Christ never killed anybody. Christ never is going to do anything like that. He's all about peace and love and unity and bringing people together. So, that's interesting. You don't read the Bible, do you? Okay. Don't worry about it. That's what we're here for.
No human being in this world is our enemy. Even if someone has given into the influence of evil, they aren't our enemy. And even if you mistakenly think that they are your enemy, what did Jesus say that we're supposed to do with enemies? Love them. We don't fight against flesh and blood, and neither does Jesus. Jesus is not returning to kill all these people that he died for. He isn't returning to wage war on humanity. His fight isn't against humanity, and neither is ours. Like Jesus, we are called to sacrificially love people away from evil that is hurting them and hurting others. We are called to sacrificially love people away from evil that is hurting them and others, and we are called to root out the ways in which evil has permeated many of our systems and structures in this world. We are so far removed from the time and place of revelation that I understand it can be hard to comprehend every image and symbol that John uses. But my friends, we can know this for sure. The slain lamb and the wounded king are coming back, not to wage war on humanity, but to wage war on the evil hurting humanity and to finish it off once and for all. Jesus is coming back to finish his mission of restoration, to make all things new on earth as it is in heaven.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. It just, when I see a guy sitting up here teaching biblical concepts and things of that nature, and he's sitting in front of an audience, right? It's just like he's sitting in front of a good crowd. He got a nice little vibe, and it's dark, and people are maybe sitting back enjoying the dialogue, whatever was going on. But it's cringe. It's cringeworthy when you're not being accurate to the text. It says, Jesus is not coming back to wage war. He's not coming back to do anything. I want to just make sure I cover all the points.
No human being in this world is our enemy. Even if someone has given into the influence of evil, they aren't our enemy. And even if you mistakenly think that they are your enemy, what did Jesus say that we're supposed to do with enemies? Love them.
So first off, whenever Christ was talking about loving his enemies, who was the audience? Who was his audience? He was teaching in Judea. He said, I only ever taught where the Jews reside in the synagogues. He taught amongst his people. So the reason that Christ is even telling them about their enemies and loving their enemies is because it's written in the law. You shall bear no grudge against your people, against the children of the people, against your neighbor. That's why he said you forget the other things of the law, the mercy and the forgiveness. the rest of the world doesn't have the law. So when it says love your enemies, it's not talking about the people that bombed the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham. It's not talking about love the people that bombed Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's not talking about love the people that that injected syphilis into the Black community down in Tuskegee for an experiment. No, it's talking about domestic issues with you and your own people. That's what it's talking about.
We don't fight against flesh and blood, and neither does Jesus. Jesus is not returning to kill all these people that he died for.
Oh, man. Okay, let's go here. Oh, let's go here. Say, we all know Jesus died for the sinners, right? He said the sick need a physician, not those that are whole. Right. So let's see. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, and I'm gonna start at verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So this is an end time prophecy. This is a Christ's second coming prophecy. The Lord is coming with his chariots, right? That's the Lord coming down for the thousands from heaven, coming down with the army, with the angels coming back from. This is his second return. This is his second coming, right? It says he's coming back with fire. We know that ain't happened yet. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Wow. By fire and by his sword, he gonna plead with all flesh. How he gonna plead with that ain't him getting on his knees and begging to my, please stop, y'all, just do right, please. No, he's gonna be smacking ass. No diddy. With what? It says with flames and a sword. And it said the slain of the Lord shall be many. He's coming back. It says Jesus is not returning to kill. Yeah, he is, because Zechariah 13:8 says that 2/3 are going to be cut off in the land. Now, who is this that the Lord is coming back to kill? They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh. So the Lord is coming back to kill those that are eating swine's flesh. And the mouse and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. Right. So this is just one. But scriptures say when you weigh in a matter, you need 2 or 3 witnesses, so that's what we like to do, right? All right, let's go get I already gave another one. I gave Zechariah 13:8. Well, let's go get some more. Hey, Shalom, Adawan.
Yo, Shalom.
What's going
on? Man, you know me. Just sliding through. Just gonna give my little you just gotta give my little 2 cents, and I'm just gonna dip on out, you know what I'm saying? Special guest. Man,
hey, all praise.
All praise.
Hey, I ain't lying. Look, we dealing with a pastor right now. He's saying, I'm gonna play the video back, and I'm gonna just let you hear some of this.
Oh no, I'm not gonna get anxiety in my.
Yeah, that's that's just one of the inherited traits of being an Israelite in these days.
Come on, run it.
We don't fight against flesh and blood, and neither does Jesus. Jesus is not returning to kill all these people that he died for. He isn't returning to wage war on humanity. His fight isn't against humanity, and neither is ours. Like Jesus, we are called to sacrificially love people.
And that's basically what he's going to be saying for the next minute and a half that he's speaking. I just brought out Isaiah 66, 15 through 17, about him coming back with a whirlwind, fire with his chariots, killing those that are eating swine's flesh and the abomination in the mouse, but
Luke 19:27.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
Pull
excellent.
that one.
Yes, sir.
I just thought it was kind of funny because he said he come back to love everybody, but there's someone he's not gonna love. So if you don't mind.
Oh, yes, sir. This is the book of Luke, chapter 19, and verse 27. But those my enemies, which were not that I should reign over them, bring hither.
Hold on. Oh. Let's slow it down.
Gotcha.
Allow them to chew it, because the people just glance right over there. They're like, "Oh, what did he say? I couldn't hear him. He has static." Read it again for those in the back. Who is it?
It says, "But those my enemies."
Someone is still going to be the enemy, so therefore, someone still has to die. That's when they're gonna be like, "Oh, those might be the atheists, or those other people over there who wear towels on their head." They're gonna make up some reason why he's gonna come back, but not for them. But keep going.
It says, "Which were not that I should reign over them, bring them and slay them before me."
Slay does not sound like he's gonna give out hugs. Slay doesn't sound like he's gonna give you a high five and kiss you on all the babies on their forehead. He said, "Slay them before me." You know what a king is, and what is it? Wait, you about to say something?
Oh no.
Hold on. Go ahead. Yeah. Then you gotta get the description of how he's gonna look once he's stumping mud holing people. He's gonna be dyed in red garments. People glaze over that stuff. That's hilarious. But I understand, because they wanted to say pygmy. Those would be the true pygmies. Ooh, pygmy. But hey, what do you expect, though? Everybody, no one wants to be on his hit list. But everybody keep thinking kings are going to just come down and be, "I love everyone, especially those that pierce me in my side. I love you." Okay.
That's why and this topics like this even goes even further. You can say that these people believe in a different Christ. You believe in another Christ. This is not the same Christ.
That's the guy who's 5 pounds 6 ounces. The baby Jesus they're talking about, or some other ones is like the guy who look like he's he got the COVID. You know what I'm saying? That's the one they talking about with the stringy hair, the goat's hair. Not the one like wool, but the goat's hair one. They talking about that guy who look like he's 90 pounds soaking wet. He ain't never been to the gym. That guy. That's the one that they want to be saved by. That's their God.
Crazy, man. You actually have to open the book, man. This is Revelations 19:11. "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war." This is Christ. He doth judge and he makes war. So, I don't know. Listen, if you want to still listen to your Christian pastor and you want to be in a delusion, and that's on you. But I rather believe the Bible. I'm gonna keep reading. It said his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. Yo, man, that's cut, man. And it's minute, like, this ain't even it. This ain't it. In my book, I got like 5 precepts that I can go and show Christ himself is doing the killing. He himself is doing the slaying. I can't say that on YouTube. He is unaliving people. He's not coming back with roses and handing out roses and blowing bubbles with you. He's coming back to slay. That's what he's doing. Like, everybody think he's just gonna be coming out of the sky and he's gonna be throwing like bouquets and and pouring up drinks and stuff. No, it's not, he said I tread the wine press alone. That's what's going on, man. So yeah, this is another example of a Christian pastor sitting in front of a nice audience of people willing to listen to him lie about the things that is in the Bible. He's actually being an antichrist. That's we'll call him an antichrist. Right. We're not talking about the Christ of the Bible. He's talking about a different Christ.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Did you do Isaiah 63 already?
No, we can bring it out though, because I definitely got it written down right there.
Yep,
I got it written down.
Because it's like when he said, "What Bible does he read?"
He reads the small selection of New Testament that agrees with his viewpoints in the world.
Pretty much.
Right, this is Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
Mm-hmm.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
Mm-hmm.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will stain all my raiment.
But he just said that he's nice. He's love. You just read he's coming back with blood and anger and fury. Come on, man. What book is he reading?
People hate the Bible. People don't really like the Bible.
Nope. You and I can attest to that just by being on that what is that, Threads? Man.
Yes, sir.
People just
sir.
They refuse. They just refuse. All right, but keep going.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're gonna switch gears. That was, that was us tearing up a little doctrine. We're gonna switch gears into some stuff that's going on. That's going on here. Scary sight for all of the people in this country that eat food. If you eat food and you live in this country and you consume food, then you should be alarmed. And this is for you.
Food, shelter, water coming at you live from Kennebunk, Maine. We're at Kennebunk, Hannaford, where they are spraying your vegetables live in the flesh right now with not water. Look it up. Food, shelter, water. It's flat and stationary, folks. So again, I know I sound crazy telling you guys it's flat and stationary, right? But you guys think this is water that they're spraying on the veggies. What do you think this means right here? Cancer and reproductive harm. Okay, refrigerant. I don't know what the stuff is that they're spraying, but we should totally ask somebody. Reproductive harm. So they clearly don't want us reproducing. Kind of weird. They're spraying our veggies in the fields with atrazine, and now they're spraying them here at the grocery store. They just can't get enough poison on us, guys.
Oh no! Hey, it gets even better. It gets better though.
What?
It gets better than that.
For some mysterious reason, in the past few months, there's been loads of videos popping up all over social media of people buying what looks like fake food. It all started just a couple of weeks ago in the United States when several people started noticing that there was something off about the watermelon that they were buying on the supermarkets.
So I got this watermelon up, and I like to rinse my watermelon before I cut it, and it's like killing.
She's peeling. Hey man, I don't know what this is, man. I have never been able to peel the skin off a watermelon like that.
Ever.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like hey man, what is going on out here, man?
My thing is this: do you not inspect your food before you buy it too?
I don't think they did the watermelon test where you like thump it and you knock on it. I don't think they did that. They probably would have known.
Yeah, that's true. This place is finished though, man.
Does
Yeah.
anybody has problems with their watermelon like this? Oh my gosh.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It sounds like the girl is dying.
Nah, see, that don't even look right.
No, not at
That
all,
don't
bro.
even look right.
There are dozens of videos where people buy watermelon from the supermarket and it looks strange. Sometimes it looks like plastic. Sometimes it makes these
What is
weird
it?
noises. And sometimes, or many times actually, it feels as if it's made out of rubber.
So I cut watermelon for my kids, and they're all bringing it right back, saying they don't like the texture. And I've seen enough videos of people posting rubbery watermelon. I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so
People are not dropping
far
the
before
name.
it.
Name drop the store.
Yeah.
Hold them accountable, man.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what state, the city, the town. She got to break that stuff all the way down, bro. Don't be leaving people hanging like that. Hell, for all we know, she might be in Canada. But come on, man, help us out.
And then the person in the comment says it's a peel. A peel basically turns food into plastic. But what? Hey, man. Not only do we have this madness going on with these food items and this produce, but then we're plagued by the dumb. So it just gets better over here, man. And we just can't wait until Christ comes back. What we just talked about earlier. We can't wait until that.
Will break.
But it wasn't just rubbery. There was something else about the watermelon that was bothering a lot of people.
Okay, y'all. I threw this watermelon out over a week ago. It smelled really good. Bought it from cut it up.
Bought it from where? It's not like you said Walmart. Did you catch how it beat it kind of bleeped
Yeah, exactly.
Cover the name up.
Bro, I don't think it matters if it's Walmart. I mean, granted, you crazy as hell to buy a lot of fruit from Wally World, but I did the same thing. I threw outside. What was it I told y'all I threw out there? And I let it sit. What the heck was that?
I forgot, but I do remember you mentioning it.
It was outside of my yard for about a month. Oh, I think
it was an apple.
I know I did an apple too.
Yeah.
No ants.
No ants.
It didn't even, and ants get on anything, man. The birds, the deer, nothing touched it. I literally saw a squirrel run right past it like it wasn't even there. And I'm like, what the hell is? No way, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why there's a lot of, especially if you get the food that looks super huge, super colorful. Those are ones that's been a lot of them hydroponically grown, and they're grown super fast, but there's no substance behind it, right? They just grow super fast. Other ones, they just chemically grown because of the fertilizer, and you wonder how come cancer is so rampant. But the thing is, it's nothing else behind it. It just grew fast. And then there's no animal who want to eat it because it's not even appealing to an animal. That's it's bad. That's why I do get a lot of food. I test it. I go throw it in the yard. If people want to touch it, then I'm like, I'm not getting that no more.
Hey, that's the new test, man. You gotta see, do the ants want it? Because it's a lot of food, man. It's a lot of food that the ants don't like. I've thrown stuff out and the ants, it's still there. Nothing will break it down. They don't want it. And that's alarming because just like you said, ants will get anything. And the foods that I grow myself, I can never get them up to that to the size of what you see in the store.
Me neither.
Like, for instance, like bell peppers, my bell peppers are half the size that you get in the store.
Yep. Like
the bell peppers in the store are huge.
Yep. Even my strawberries. My strawberries are not even close to the ones I get in the store. And the crazy thing is, why you can cut some of these fruits and they be hollow. I mean, why they not solid? Like, what's going on with that? Like, I don't understand it. But hey, man, to each his own. I know sometimes, you know, we in a situation where it's like we gotta do what we gotta do. Sometimes money is funny. You know, we down to our last 50 cents, man. You just gotta get you something. I understand. Just try to always find a way to get around it. Hell, man, that's why we try to tell people all the time: grow your own food. That's about the safest way you can do it. I mean, hell, you can barely even grow in the garden because they damn throwing chemicals in the damn sky.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn you do, damn you don't. Just try to, you know, alleviate how much poison I guess you decide to take that day or that week. Make no sense, bro.
Let's go intermittent fasting. How about let's do that. Let's all practice just not eating for certain periods of time throughout the day and just build ourselves up to just go a week. And that should help all of us, because it just seems like all the foods is just tainted. Right? Was that Ezekiel 4 and 13? 13 and 4? It's 4 and 13. Hold on, let me see. It's one of the other ones. It's either Ezekiel 4 and 13. I think it's 13 and 4 though. Nope, no, it's not. Only one way to find out. Yeah, Ezekiel 4 and 13. It says, "And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them." And that word "defile" is in the Hebrew is even going into ethically defiled, meaning that, you know, forget the all of the laws that's in the Torah. Even just to humanity, this food is off. So yeah, that's what we got going on here. I'm gonna just let it.
And the thing is, I was saying, Salakia, and I was gonna say was that with that, once again on Threads, when people try to say, remember when I posted that, I said, hey, is eating that unclean food something that God said you can do? And people will fight you tooth and nail and be like, yeah, they said we can eat whatever we want. Really? Now look how many people around here are sick and dying because you just want to eat whatever you want. But instead of you using some sense and eating the things that the Most High said don't eat, but no, we want to take things out of context. Someone said, look, it says right here, but they don't read 3 lines up above. They don't read here a little, there a little. They don't do that. They just said, but my doctor said, or I feel a certain way. Well, then it said for a man not to judge what he eat and drink. And it's like, oh man, if only you knew what the context was. But hey, we don't know. You guys go right on ahead. Continue to eat that mouse behind a tree. Knock yourself out.
Hey, that's why I said the slain of the Lord shall be many. Because just look at everybody who want to eat what they want to eat. But let's see what else is on here.
Open, and it was like plastic. Tasting it was absolutely horrible. I didn't really know what to do with it, so I threw it outside. This is a week later. It looks like mud. What's going on?
It was pretty obvious that there was something off about the watermelon, and a lot of people were noticing it. But here's the thing. It wasn't just the watermelons.
What?
Avocado?
No, or lime?
It cut easy. It cut, you know, like.
Damn. What we do?
I eat a lot of avocados, so I ain't never had one to do that, but I'm definitely just gonna see.
I ain't never squeezed one like that and then turn and spring right back. No, man.
Man, that looked like the toys in my daughter's kitchen set.
Thank you.
I was doing it.
We're also noticing the same thing happening with avocados, blueberries, bananas, and the list goes on.
We got it from the supermarket, but when she opens it, and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break.
No.
And when it pulls, it's like it's glue. It's very tight and doughy. It looks very, very fake and Play-Doh.
In this next video, Ari Osborne explains how she bought blueberries in the supermarket. When she gave it to her kid, she noticed that one of them looked like it was made out of rubber. Check this out.
What's left in her little bowl, and I put it down the drain for the garbage disposal. And I push the button. You know, it's doing its thing, but there's a clanking, and it sounds like something's stuck. So I go in the drain, and there's a blueberry that's not breaking apart. It's not. I pick it up, and
get out.
Why is there a rubber blueberry in my toddler's?
They selling fake
She
food.
cut it in
like
half.
that? Damn, I know they were making fake foods, you know, especially rice. A lot of stuff is plastic, you know what I'm saying? I get it. People being real cheap, but damn,
this
blueberries.
This on a whole nother level.
There's nothing sacred anymore. Nothing sacred. Whew. That takes that birth to a whole nother level. I'm sorry, but it really does, man. You eat
Like
your defiled food, yeah, that's terrible.
It's shine like the inside of it's not hollow. It's solid and it's shiny. Like that's plastic. Like we must not have any food like the companies that grow food. Like something must be going on. It must not be any food left. Like they just making up food now.
Yeah, they keeping it for themselves and trying to sell it to you for cheap and say, oh, but there's a food shortage and everything. Like, come on, man. They need to stop that. They want y'all to die.
This is crazy, man. Let me see what it is.
As if it's made out of silicone or something like that. Strange, isn't it? But it gets even stranger. In this next video, a woman tests out the food in the supermarket using a magnet, and this is what happens.
Look at this shit.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done now. I'm walking around with magnets all day long.
I've seen this before, and every time I go in the store, I forget. But I need to go get a magnet.
After these videos were posted and became...
Yeah, man. It's
bro.
Just,
I'm good.
Yeah, this ain't it.
Yep, you got anxiety. Thank you. It's there. And there go that deer in the yard. See, that's another thing you can't reproduce and fake that real meat that's out there in that yard, boy.
Damn, man. Hey, we got some real issues. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, this is off. But yeah, I just want to make people aware that this is what's going on. You know, brought to you by the Weigh House. This is the type of stuff we dive into. But up next, I got a clip of Dr. Umar speaking on these presidential campaigns and the election coming up. He made some very interesting points, right? You know, Joe Biden just dropped out of the race randomly, and Kamala Harris is now up, and all of the black women are in all of rage, and they're ready to sell their children into captivity to support her campaign. Yeah, so no, this is a topic right now. So this video was pretty good.
And this is another thing. I'm just gonna say this because I know a lot of people keep saying like, "Oh no, it's not about race and everything else like that." No, it's not about race. But I'm tired of our own people giving people a race. Stop saying for one that Kay Harris is a black woman. No, she's not. Her family is not. She tell you she's not. But yeah, she's on the ticket to be like that because they like to suck y'all in to believe in one thing over another. And for some reason, our people are so blind to it. How are you so blind? All you can do is just Google, you find out for yourself. It's like, stop. It's not about race. No, it's not. But stop giving people a pass and stuff like that and try to say, oh, that's what they are. No, they're not. Just because they brown. All skin folk is not kin folk. Stop. Stop it. and they don't like you anyway. And she's been trying to put and keep people in jail for the longest. She put more black people away, damn near as much as damn Joe Biden did. And y'all want to run to her. Man, y'all crazy.
It's because she's in a Greek sorority and it's a black one. But so she must be black. But
must be. That's the ultimate pass. You just must be.
Check this out.
Well, then that would make no sense. You put more black people away in prison and everything. So you doing that to your own people then? That's even worse.
All right, okay, anyway. I'm gonna skip ahead past the intro.
Or the Republican Party. Yeah, much love to the supporters.
Yes, indeed. So I gotta ask you, right? About an hour ago, which is crazy, but Joe Biden, he dropped out the presidential election. How you feel about that?
Yes, sir. What is my reaction to President Biden dropping out of the 2024 presidential race? I have several thoughts. Number one, we have to put this within its proper political context. The United States government is not controlled by neither the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. They are simply the public government. The president, the Congress, the Supreme Court, they are the public government. But there is a private government. And
say what?
Oh no, I'm just being a jerk. No, I said that's right. Keep going.
Hey, it kind of makes sense though.
Private government includes, but is not limited to, the National Security Agency, the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Federal Reserve, and the Bilderberger Group. And the Bilderberger Group, we need to pay particular attention to, because the Bilderberger Group, in my opinion, at this moment in history, I believe is the most influential of all of the secret societies. It was the Bilderberger Group that made Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton come to a truce back during the Obama years when he was running for president and the Democrats were struggling over whether to nominate Obama or nominate Hillary Clinton. They both had to go and sit in the Bilderberger meeting and receive their marching orders. So I found it rather interesting that President Obama has surfaced as being one of the leading Democrats who influenced President Biden to step down. There's a strong possibility that it was the Bilderberger Group who gave Barack Obama the instructions to tell his good friend Joe Biden to stand down, because they may very well have wanted the Democrats to remain in power in the White House. But I think it's crystal clear, the more we get closer to Election Day on November the 5th, it's becoming more clearer that the American public, from what I see, is more behind Donald Trump than they are behind President Biden. And I believe that the Bilderbergers may have told President Obama to instruct Donald Trump to stand down. But it gets more interesting because President Obama does not support Kamala Harris's endorsement. He said that the Democratic Party need to take a look at all of their potential contenders who could replace Joe Biden as the presidential nominee, which is kind of interesting from a personal standpoint, because both he and Kamala Harris are two mixed race Africans who never really identified with black people, and both were puppets for the white power structure. So you would think he would have a lot more in common with Kamala Harris. It could be a case of narcissism, but no matter how you look at it, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that the shadow government instructed Barack Obama to make President Biden stand down. And I'm also rather intrigued by the fact that President Biden decided to stand down on a Sunday, a non-business day, not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, not Thursday or Friday, but he did it during the weekend. That means that the shadow government found it necessary for him to be replaced right now and not a second longer. Let me make this make sense for the listening public. America is not a democracy. The people do not choose the president. Presidents are publicly confirmed by the Electoral College. It is the Electoral College that votes for the president, not the people. Now, based on your popular vote, whoever wins the popular vote in a state generally will carry all of the electoral college votes for that state, but the electors of that state are not required to vote for the person that won the popular vote. So for example, you beat me in Pennsylvania for the popular vote for president of the United States. You clearly won the popular vote. The electors for the state of Pennsylvania, 99.9% of the time, will vote for you to be president because you carried the popular vote, but they are not required to do so by constitutional law. And the reason they are not required to do so by constitutional law is the United States government is not a democracy. It is a republic. It is not the rule of the majority. It is the rule of law.
So far, it's kind of interesting and the brother making sense, right? Because you
He
had
speaks no lies on that. That is what he said is the truth.
you got it's about who's popular, right? So you got Donald Trump to just almost, that attempt on him, that kind of boosted him up further. You know what I'm saying? When that happened, and the media behind him, and just the steam, the momentum he got behind that attempt on him, you were just like, yeah, he about to win, like he about to be the next president. And Joe Biden wasn't looking too good. So
yep,
that just made sense. I'm gonna play a little bit more. I might fast forward to where he's speaking on Kamala Harris more in depth. So let me see.
That's why the word democracy is not in the Constitution, is not a democracy. Garky, to manipulate the American collective consciousness, alive and well. When people don't think they have a say in government, they overthrow it. When people don't think they have a say in government, they spark revolution. When people don't think they have a say in government, rebellions happen. So it is important for the power structure, the media, the corporate oligarchy to manipulate the American collective consciousness into voting for the person they pre-selected. It is important that the people come to the same conclusion.
Hey, people do this. Like, this is how you know this is true. You have two candidates from each party. One will say, well, if I had a choice, I wouldn't choose both of them, but I don't like one of them more than the other, so I'll just choose the other one. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, you don't have
like
the
this.
option to.
Yeah, it's like this. Why would you even support one or the other if they both trash?
Yeah.
Just don't give it to them. If they're not who you want, I'm not going to support you. I'm not going to give you something just because I don't have a choice, or I'll always have a choice, and the choice is not what I want. It's like you going to a car dealership. You want a specific car that has a specific interior, colors, the works. And they say, we got a whole different model for you. That's not what I want. Okay, here's your second option. We have a car that's similar to what you want, but you don't have the color. It's the car you want, but no color. It don't have the leather interior, and it's the watered down version. Don't even have the V8. It's a 4-cylinder. This is all we got. All right, well, that's the closest thing I wanted, but I guess I'll go ahead and I'll just settle for something that, no, you pay for what you get, man, and you get what you want. And that's what the people are doing. You're just selling for some crap that they want to hand it to you, and you accept crap. Whatever.
Right.
Go ahead.
What's going on?
Through manipulation and indoctrination as the power structure. When the power structure chooses one president and the people choose someone else, then the illusion of a democracy begins to yield its dirty head. And that can spell trouble for maintaining the status quo and the social order. For example,
So today's the day. I've got my RTA
Yeah, I don't let that
Mock
thing play
system
so
and
long.
Coyote appliances.
Ad that came
In
up.
our lives, we've seen, and that's why so much energy. And the reason I'm conflicted is because they made Joe 4 years in advance, by the way. At least.
And this is this whole video is 30 minutes. I'm not playing nowhere near 30 minutes. I'm gonna let it run 2 more minutes when he gets to the bulk of what I wanted to hear. And you know, y'all go check this video out.
These 4 years, they already know who's going to take the place. They leave nothing up to chance. I'm not sure who they want. And the reason I'm conflicted is because they made Joe Biden stand down. A part of me says that they wanted Biden, but he's not popular enough to carry the popular vote. Again, maintaining that illusion of democracy. So a part of me says they wanted Joe Biden, but he's no longer popular enough to hold the popular vote. So to keep the illusion of democracy alive, we got to tell Barack Obama to tell him to stand down. Let's put somebody else in that spot and see if they can carry it. That's a part of me. The other part of me could see a Donald Trump. And the reason another part of me could see a Donald Trump is Donald Trump and Republican presidents in general are pretty good for war. They're very good for sparking up war.
Now, see, this is the part that this is what I find interesting as well, because we know prophecies. We dive into prophecies, and we know that America is going to war. You know, no matter who is the president, America is going to be involved in a war. Now, with that being said, it's interesting to try to pick and choose based on what he just said, because you know every time we've had a Republican president, they've been good at war. When we have a Democratic president, we're not too much involved in things like that, you know. But it's
the opposite. So like it's the opposite. Republicans go to war with other countries. The Democrats go to war with people in their own country. That's all that is. We'll see. See, the thing is, people are sitting there now trying to figure out like how they're gonna play this and spin this. You're gonna have Trump, you have Harris. They're gonna go head to head. We know she ain't worth a pot to piss in. She ain't worth nothing. But they're gonna try to spin something that what happened to Trump one time, it might actually happen again. They might keep trying because he won't win, or they're gonna make it so that they're gonna divide the United States because something is going to happen. They're gonna try to figure out how can they keep him from possibly winning in November, and possibly you're gonna have to cause some kind of conflict that's gonna postpone something. We'll see. This is gonna be some interesting times, like you said. Prophecy, woo, interesting.
Right, man. But yeah, man, y'all go check out check out that video. I'm not going to finish it because it is it's pretty long, but it was a good interview, and I'm probably gonna go back and finish watching the rest of it myself. But next we're gonna get into this video it's been played. It's probably been played by anybody that's creating content or podcast, anything like that, that's talking about current events in the country. What happened to Sonya Massey. This. I watched the video once. I was with on the show last night with Juan Zion played it there, man. The video kind of messed me up, I'm gonna, for the purpose of the Weigh House, I'm gonna play it again, but I'm gonna pause it before it gets to a certain point. Just crazy how we just end up in the same spot again and again and again.
Your ID. Let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You can send that stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her. We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right.
Huh? Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from hot steaming water?
Yeah. You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot! Drop it!
Yeah, man. This is I usually have stomach for stuff like this, but we've seen this stuff so many times and just over and over again. You know, we're back again. You know, like in Second Ezra when it says the Most High judgment is like a ring. We just back again, man. We're back having the conversations about, okay, now this is what you're supposed to do if the police pull you over, and this is what you're supposed to say if they pull you over and they ask you these questions. We're back talking about how to protect ourselves from police. Black people all over the country are back talking about how to protect themselves from the police, how to avoid the police, how to just not put themselves in these certain type of situations, even to the point where we're teaching ourselves to not call the police when we need help, to just handle the matter ourselves. We don't call the police. We do not call the police, because when you call the police, it's just like you might as well call them on yourself. You know, the sister had a mental disorder, and they did not care for her. Just like in Deuteronomy chapter 28, it says that they would not regard the young or the weak, not the feeble, not, you know, they don't care, man. And just we're just back. We're just back at square one. But either one of you want to say something, I'm gonna bring out a script and we're gonna move on.
Nope, that pissed me off, and I don't want to get into it because everybody know what these curses are about. We know, but now you got people. Now I'm not gonna go there. It's already a tragedy and everything, but that's why Hamashiach Yahushua is coming back. He's gonna get revenge on those who did these things to us. Point blank, period. I yield on that.
Right. Oh man, you know, and I say this, it's real spiritual, you know, especially the stuff that's being brought out today. All the stuff that gets brought out is spiritual, but it's just spiritual that, you know, the fact that she said, I rebuke her in the name of Jesus, and the man responded as if she had the power. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she actually had power, and he was really about, like, the word was a physical threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that it did anything, but that's how he responded. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? You know, we gotta, when we pray to the Most High, we gotta include things like this in our prayer. Almost like you're trying to stir the Most High up. You know, it's almost like when you come in to your parent when you were younger and you wanted to persuade them or provoke them to be on your side, to allow you to do something, or, you know, make them feel some type of way to entice them to do something. Like, how are we getting murdered out here? You know, I read verse 10 again. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Let me get one more. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 8. It says, For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. You know, that's what the Lord's vengeance is all about. I don't want to drop down. Probably going to a royal feet. It's all good. But that's what the day of judgment, that day of vengeance, that dark, gloomy day. That day that's not like any other. It's the year recompense. The Lord said, all day what they did to you, their recompense is going to be double. Double is going to happen to them for the controversy of Zion, for the things that's happening to us, for our oppressors slaying us and holding themselves.
Say that again.
You said read it again.
Say that again. For the people in the back who plugging their ears, they're gonna get what?
They're gonna get double for what they did to us.
Double.
And they just have to go double. You know,
what,
imagine double.
Double of getting shot in the face. What's double that?
Getting shot in the face and feeling all of it, but not dying, and then getting shot in the face. Then the scriptures say that men shall seek death and shall not find it.
Oh yeah, that's when the end times is gonna be like. That's the end times. They're gonna be like, man, we want to die. Most I like, nah. You're gonna feel this first. Pain is coming.
But okay, I got one more. I got one more video. So, man, this is a little bit of international news because it's involving an international prime minister, but it's kind of domestic because it happened over here, right? You know, you got some pro-Palestinian rebels that ran up on Netanyahu, not ran up on him physically, but they kind of, you know, infiltrated his camp and left a mess. I'll say that.
Yeah, here's another. What the hell?
So, dang, I did not know I could pause it. I thought that you couldn't pause it on Instagram. I just thought they were just muted. So they put maggots on at their table, at their delegation table, and maggots, crickets, all types of creepy crawlies, all in their in the hotel room. So it was in DC with it. Yeah, man, that's wild, and I ain't gonna lie, they gangster for that. I ain't never seen that, and I haven't heard anybody talking about that either, man. But Israel isn't they don't get no respect. You know, there's a lot of people that's against them. There's a lot of people that's against America for siding with them, and that's how the end is going to play out. That's why I believe that we're so close to it, because the prophecies. That's how they line up together. The Babylon the Great is gonna be an offense, and all they that drunk of her wine and of her cup, they're going to hate her and they're going to turn their back on her. Now it's just up to us to see you know, which one directly? You know what I'm saying? Like, is Israel an extension of it? We know they're gonna get it. We know. Well, who else? Canada, all those that side with America and all their allies. And it's just interesting, man. But we just playing our part of being watchmen, putting it out there and making the people aware, man. But I don't want you got something before I shut it down.
Yeah, just want to say again, the water for everyone coming on to the show, the water for taking the time to actually read your Bible. Listen, read, study before you try to rebuke someone and tell them how wicked and off they are when you have no idea, especially when someone present actual evidence. The other thing is, I'm gonna leave this right here. The Most High is the Most High for a reason. There is no one equal to the Most High. So stop saying it says it in the book. Stop using the word Trinity. It's not in the book. And stop saying that Jesus and God loves everybody when they both men of war and they come to stomp a mud hole in people's butt for what they done to the children of Israel. Other than that, I'm good. Love you, man. See you on Threads later on. I'm gonna go rebuke some more people.
Hey, Shalom, man. Hey, just update, man. I had a supposed to be having a bill with a Christian songwriter artist tomorrow. We was gonna talk about the Trinity and all that, but the brother canceled on me. I saw that coming though. You know, I saw it coming. I don't know if it was. I don't know if he got wind of my Threads page and just the questions I would ask on there and hey, look, listen. Nobody wants to talk to the Israelites because we actually use the Bible and we don't philosophize. But it's all good, man. I'll be announcing other things like that, other bills in the future. So just stay tuned on that, man. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. We hope that you were edified. And we pray that you stay in the spirit, keep the faith, endure, and always be repenting and just always be humble, man. But this is episode 4, season 2 of Weigh House, man. Shalom.
Yo, shalom.